What's good, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid. Back at it with some more news, and this is absolutely bonkers, man. The back and forth. You're a snitch. No, you snitched as well. Levels to the snitching ish continues to go on here in 2023, man. This reminds me of like 1090 Boston Richey, right? You know how like 1090 was exposing everyone's paperwork. Then, some ish came out on 1090, and I'm still waiting to see an update on that, man. Has anyone, like, I've been tapped out a little bit again with the blogosphere ish, but has anyone seen, did Unspoken Crime show what the deal is with that last piece of paperwork? Is it fake? Is it real? You guys let me know what you think, but peep this.
Would you still want the DA or someone else to do an investigation of the police department about a bag all of a sudden showing up because of taking up a man out with a jury? That's a serious felony.
Yeah, it is, and we're sending private investigators down there to get all our witnesses to everybody who had all the officers. We're getting all the private investigators to go down there, build our case. This is a criminal case and a civil case. So this is only the beginning, man.
So y'all see that, man? Boosie, right? Who's been on T.I.'s bumper about the telling on his dead cousin situation. And we know all that old ish with T.I. as well, man. That federal sentence that just never added up. You know what I'm saying? Things disappearing from the blogosphere as court testimony and all that. And then T.I. has that paperwork party at open mic night, wherever the fuck that was the other day. Well, now we got Terrence Gangsta Williams, who is Birdman's brother, who is doing like a life sentence, you know what I mean? Known to really be a heavy hitter in the streets at one point in time. And, he told on some dead individuals, I guess, and tied up some loose ends for the feds. And he was like, yo, I got no problem clearing this up for y'all. Again, which kind of sounded crazy that the feds would want to do that. I don't know. It gets all confusing, but he had no problem tying up them loose ends as motherfuckers was dead. He came home. He even shared, that his brother Birdman had cut him off. Well, Boosie had been on his bumper about being a rat. And, we're seeing Boosie and T.I.'s situation right now play out. And then he shares this footage where apparently, I don't know when the fuck this happened, but Boosie had $1 million worth of jewels stole from him. And he saw in that interview, he said it's a civil case and a criminal case. And dude interviewing him was asking about the DA, and Boosie was like, yeah, this is it. It's a civil and criminal case. And you see individuals that are saying, yo, this ain't snitching, this is reaching, etc. And then Terrence Gangsta Williams said, I understand the civil case, but do real street steppers get a pass when they give statements on criminal cases? Is this the only time they can get on the stand and it will be okay sending someone to jail? So he's like, yo, Boosie, you told too. And again, this reminds me of like the 1090 situation and just everybody lately. Someone exposed that someone's a snitch, then someone else kind of has some dirt on them. Again, though, I'm still waiting to see about that 1090 Jake situation with that last piece of paperwork, as there was a discrepancy with that. Again, if anyone has seen clarification, let me know in the comments below. But yo, Boosie wasn't done. You see, he found this pic, and this looks crazy. I don't know who the fuck is sitting on whose lap, right? But Boosie says, you a punk and a certified rat. You was in getting flucked and getting dudes look at you on this pic. You a bitch. You make New Orleans look bad. LOL. And it's just bonkers at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this whole snitching, when it comes to the real deal motherfuckers in the streets, talking to any police in any which way is, supposed to be considered snitching. But then, we're seeing certain cats really are street dudes, certain dudes ain't. Like, I don't know. This is just getting hard to keep track of at this point. But I don't know, like many are speculating that at the end of the day, all of this is just promo for this Boosie T.I. album. You guys let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Then this is pretty interesting, guys. Eminem Slim Shady LP. Before he got signed, he had the Slim Shady EP, which a lot of tracks ended up on the LP, and a lot of the original production was done by these dudes, the Bass Brothers, and then Dr. Dre remastered and mixed Ish, and more tracks were recorded and whatnot. But Slim Shady LP EP, this was where it all started from. And you see, this date just passed the 24-year anniversary. And it says, Fluck dropping a jewel. I'm flipping a sacred treasure. The Slim Shady LP dropped 24 years ago, and it was only the beginning. And one of those dudes, one of the Bass Brothers, you see he's saying, yo, it's time for a sequel. He added Eminem, hashtag Slim Shady Part 2. And, I thought that we were going to get a Slim Shady LP2 a couple years ago. I mean, we got the Marshall Mathers LP2. It only seems right at some point we get the Slim Shady LP2, personally. You know what I mean? Like, obviously everyone knows Eminem used to get crazy high. Wasn't something he was just making music about. He was really living that way, and it's nothing to glorify, as I always share with y'all. But then, recovery, he got clean, and a lot of people felt like M changed as an artist when he got clean. Like he wasn't the same dude. So, could he get back in that Slim Shady LP mind frame and kind of retrospectively look back and give us Eminem all these years later and get back into the Slim Shady mind frame? Let me know. And also let me know what your favorite track was off the Slim Shady LP. Curious to know.
An arrest warrant has been issued for rapper Kodak Black. The rapper, whose real name is Bill Capri, was arrested last July after drugs were found in his car. As a condition of release, he was subject to mandatory drug tests, and the Broward Sheriff's Office says he missed a scheduled test earlier this month. He then tested positive for fentanyl days later. Kodak Black was serving prison time on gun charges before former President Trump commuted his sentence. He was also honored by the city of Margate back in 2021 for donating to a daughter of a police officer who died.
Man, this is nuts, man. Kodak Black, this guy just can't stay out of trouble. You heard in the report there, obviously everyone knows Kodak, from the second he really started having success on a major level in the rap game. Like, I think when the XXL cover dropped, either then or shortly later, he was locked up. Come home, get locked up, catch more cases, get arrested at the Canadian border, had some very wicked, wicked charges, but a plea deal gets worked out, and then he ends up doing that Fed case that Trump pardoned him out of. Well, he came home, donating. You heard him. He donated to police officers. I believe they had a family member who died, all kinds of stuff, and he ends up getting involved in a shooting out there on the West Coast, and he had this drug trafficking case as well, or whatever it was. He got pulled over with some drugs, and this case is still pending. So this man, pre-trial release, he's got to go get tested and whatnot, misses a test, then tests positive for Fenty Wap. I mean, listen, doesn't surprise me at all. Kodak Black been seeming like he's on some ish, you know what I'm saying? Popping pills, or I don't know what kind of ish he's on, but here it is. He has a warrant. What do y'all think? I mean, it's only pre-trial release, so, it's not like he's going to be straight up facing a bid. But what could happen is they could say, hey, now your ass got to sit for the duration of the case. You didn't want to abide by the pre-trial, conditions or whatever. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Man, like, I just never understand it, how some cats, it's like moving backwards, okay? You get massively rich and successful and you just can't stay out of trouble. I mean, this is not a new narrative. We've seen this happen with a lot of motherfuckers a lot of different times, but it's just wild. Kodak Black, like, got that federal pardon, saved his ass, and, still having these brushes with the law. Fucking nuts, man. So hit the comments, let's talk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to sub up and stay tuned. It's Coffee, talking music, news, sports, and more. I'm about this bitch, y'all. Peace.